You would see that the people in society who are more humble and wise are always the same people who say less than necessary. When you talk more, you increase the chances of yourself saying something stupid. Like, I used to talk so much back then, and now I look back and I literally cringe because of how much I used to say stupid things back then and be super overconfident. Once I started to keep conversations as short as possible, what I saw that was I wouldn't backbite people as much. Now looking back at it like 6 months ago when I started doing this, I haven't really said that many retarded things since. Even if you look at society today, you're always going to see that the people who talk the least are always the most humble. And the people who talk the most are usually the most cocky. Like, I know a lot of you guys watching this like MMA and stuff. Like, I like UFC too. Like, I look at my analytics and I see, these guys like UFC and stuff. And I can see that. And here's a great example of this. Just look at Conor McGregor, right? He wins a lot of fights, but recently his cockiness has always had a way of coming back to him. He always trash talks people in the press conferences and he's notorious for that. But whenever he loses, everything which he said at the press conferences always has a way of coming back to him. But if you look at somebody like Khabib Nurmagomedov, who doesn't really talk as much, you're gonna see that he's generally a humble person. Even if he was to lose, which he never really did, people wouldn't really lose any respect for him in the same sense that they would lose respect for Conor, because Khabib just generally doesn't trash talk anybody or say anything stupid like that. We want to be like the humble people in society, like Khabib and stuff. We want to be humble. Being humble and down to earth is something which everybody should have, and one of the best ways which we as people can stay humble is to say less than necessary. When you do this, you're always going to have more time to think about what you're actually going to say, which means that you're actually going to speak wisely and intellectually whenever you do speak. The more you talk, the less time you actually have to think about what you want to talk about, and when you don't think about what you're really talking about as much, you're always going to say some retarded things.
Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby, hit me back up, I'll chat to you later on. We'll be at the after party, the Win nightclub, baby.
It's like, especially backbiting, bro. Like, backbiting is probably a main reason why so many friendships between people fail. Like, you could be rambling on about basketball or something like that, and the next thing you know, you're talking behind a person's back, talking about their hairline or something like that. Like, that's the thing, especially with backbiting. Like, you can keep your mouth shut, but you choose not to because it gives you something to laugh or talk about. All of this backbiting and all of this negative talk about other people could be easily prevented by you just controlling what you say and keeping your mouth shut. Now you're looking back like a year ago and you're feeling ashamed of yourself because you talked like smack about this guy or that guy or whatever. Like, it makes you feel bad. And the main reason why you have all of these memories of yourself backbiting people or becoming like super pissed at other people is because of a really small thing. Like, all of this stuff happens because you don't really take the time about what you should actually do in the moment, and instead you just like keep on talking and stuff. Like, I feel like keeping conversations long and oversharing information about your personal life will reveal way too much about yourself and your intentions. We as people know subconsciously what we should share with other people and what we shouldn't share, because there might be some problems which might arise from us like, sharing too much. But yeah, we still share every single bit of information about our personal lives, and even the information which we subconsciously know that we shouldn't really share with other people, we still like share all that stuff. Especially in a time where you can literally share anything about yourself online or on like social media and stuff, we have to be extra cautious about what we tell about ourselves like to other people. Like we should always be cautious about like how much information we share about ourselves, and one of the best ways you can do that is just say less than necessary. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video there. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Take care. Peace.